And this guy came to my desk to tell me something, like a colleague, so creepy. And he went like Iranian, obviously. He was like, well done. Now, atta girl, you shaved your arm hair.
Fuck
That's
off.
not cool. That's not fucking
Let's
cool.
see your arm, you fucking hairy gorilla.
Hello, I'm Shirin.
I'm Kyan.
I'm Taraneh.
And we are Unmarried Persian Girls.
Lay la lay la lay. Lay la lay la lay. La 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 lay la lay.
Hi, I'm Kyan, 33 years old, born and raised in the West, so as you can probably tell, I'm the westernized Persian of the group. Probably the wisest, I'd say. So.
Hi, I'm Taraneh. I'm 22. I was born and raised in Iran and came to Canada 6 years ago. And I could be the wisest too. I could.
But I am the wisest because I'm Shirin. I'm 32 years old. I live in the UK. I was born in Iran, but I lived all around the world. So, boom, drop the mic. Thank you for being in the show. This show, as the name suggests, is all about unmarried Persian women. We're talking about topics that we try to avoid sometimes. We find them uncomfortable and things like that, but we want to talk about them so they're not taboo again.
And speaking of taboo, we have the tabooist of the taboo subjects. Is body hair an issue? The cultural expectation and basically obligation that Persian women have to get rid of all body hair from the neck down. Is it hygienic? Is it just because society expects us to do it? What is it? What is it about body hair? We're going to get into that.
Yeah, before we get into it, I was going to say this topic is going to be spicy, but every topic is just, I think it's just the nature of this show that every topic is spicy.
You're just awesome.
Yeah, and then obviously these are the things that people don't usually talk about. So once you hear us talk about it, you might be offended, you might not like it, you might have another a different opinion. That's totally fine. We don't agree with each other anyways, so don't do that. Just want to state that this is an opinion show. We're just sharing our own opinions and experiences, and we would love to hear yours as well. So do leave us your comments. We read them and we love them. Some of them are so funny, some of them are not funny at all.
Some are quite hurtful.
We're gonna
still getting over them.
Slipped it under.
We're gonna read one at the end of each episode, so do leave us comments because we love them. Thank you so much. And do subscribe to our platforms and share with your friends because people need to hear this, okay?
Sharing is caring.
If you think this topic is something that other people should know, your friends might need to hear it, or your boyfriend or your partner or your parents, do share it with them and tag us on your stories if you like. We don't mind. It's time to get into the real deal. Now, I think hair is part of human nature. It is what we are sometimes differentiated from certain other species, and it's part of us. So we should not hate it so much. And you might say, oh, people don't hate it. I tell you what, Iranians have such strong disgust towards body hair, especially for women, but men are also struggling with that. So I think this is something that we need to solve here and normalize. Women and some men have body hair.
Women and some men? Some women and all men.
No, the thing is that with men, it's a little bit like, oh, men should have, it's normal for men, even in our society. But in the modern society, I see a lot of men still struggling with this in their own way, right? But with women, I mean, I can't wait to hear your guys' opinion.
Okay.
To see what you think. Yeah.
I think that in Iran, they have put this idea in our head. This is like an unspoken rule that we just know of it since we're born, that having hair for women, having body hair, is just ugly and nasty. And if you have body hair, you should go get rid of it. unless you're not done yet. Like, you're not ready yet. If you're going to a party, it should be one of your routine that, okay, go shave. And I think
I remember,
and they body
to
shame.
what you said, I remember my cousin, she just had a 2-year-old daughter. What you said just reminded me of that. And they were like family, the whole family was like, the norm was to be hairy more than usual. I don't know,
norm?
like hairy people, right? And I remember she had such a hard life with her journey with body hair that she was like, I'm gonna wax her legs when she's 5. You're right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because they see it as such a big deal, and obviously when you have hair, they find you nasty or like dirty. Sorry, my British accent.
Filthy. Absolutely despicable.
That's body hair shaming, and I think shaming people in any way is just absolutely such an old school and outdated mind. People shouldn't do that. I think your body, your fucking choice. I don't like body hair on myself. Okay, so I've done laser, and I think it was the best investment of my life because I save so much time in the shower now. But I would never, ever judge people that have body hair. And a lot of my friends just don't shave their arms because they think it's invisible. Honey, it is visible. I see it. But I don't say anything because...
What's wrong with it being visible?
Yeah, they just think... They just don't shave because they think it's invisible. But it is. But not my fucking... I just don't believe that I should have anything to say about other people's body. It's your body.
But I don't know that I believe you. You're saying you don't judge, like a friend, for example. If you're going to a party and this friend is coming with you and she is wearing a dress and she has armpit hair and leg hair.
Okay.
You don't judge her?
So
you won't say, Azizam, like,
no.
Please pick up a razor.
So when I was very young, I have a little sister. When we would go to school, she was a really troublemaker girl, and her teachers would come up to me. I was only 4 years older than her, so the teachers would come up to me and be like, your sister does this, does that. And then at that moment, it was like, okay, everyone is responsible for their own actions. My sister, we came out from the same womb, but I am not responsible for anything she does. I'm not responsible for my friend that came with me. People want to judge her. It has nothing to do with me.
I'm sure you wouldn't say anything, but maybe mentally, you in that moment, you might judge her a little bit.
No, I'll just be like, oh.
So that's judging. There you go.
But in my mind. But okay, it's just I don't like to look at
problem.
It's just
I don't
like to
see a
look at
problem with judging as long as it's kept to ourselves.
Yeah,
because
fair enough.
our brain as humans is programmed to analyze everything as it sees. Okay,
Yeah, right.
That's fine. But what I have a problem here is that Kyan was like, said something. I'm just waiting to hear her opinion. Wait for that.
Go.
But Taraneh, I love the fact that you say it's not my business, whoever wants to be whatever the one. But I think you would if you were to choose those people for your sexual or romantic partnership. I say like you. So you think that everyone should be hairless?
No, I think I should be hairless.
It's her own personal choice. Well, guys, I mean, in the 70s, this is part of history. It was seen as a badge of feminism for women to grow out armpit hairs. I mean, I don't see how that means that you're for women's rights. Like, you have to grow out your armpit hair.
I see why, because when you're a man and you wake up, you're ready to go out, but when you're the woman, you have to do something and then go out.
Newsflash, you can be a feminist and not look like a goddamn Sasquatch or fucking Chewbacca from Star Wars. It doesn't... Okay, here's the thing. Like, men and women are created differently. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to celebrating being a woman? You know, in my opinion, I think it's sexier when a woman is hairless. It's not sexy when you have fucking armpit hair hanging out. How is that sexy? Not like me personally, but I'm saying if there was a bush hanging out, it's gross. I'll give an example. In Amazonian tribes, for example, women have bare breasts hanging out because they don't see it as something sexual. So are we about to come outside of the house with our bare breasts showing? Like, are we going to go against? These are the unwritten rules. This is the small. This is
and bananas.
No, it's not. It's the same. This is the small price you pay to be a part of society. I mean, if you want to grow out your hair, I'm sure there's certain countries that celebrate that, but that's not the case in North America.
I mean,
don't know
you
if
don't celebrate it. It's fine.
Most
but
people
if you are
don't.
living in Canada, which is a democratic country,
Fine, but
you are not allowed to say that, sister.
I can say that. That's my opinion. I'm not the president.
That's
I'm
your
not.
opinion.
It's not like I'm making a rule. All
This
women
is an
must
opinion
shave. Yeah, it's
show.
an opinion.
But
I'm not saying all
hey.
women must shave their armpits. I'm just saying if we're out in like a nice restaurant, for example, if we're at a nice, elegant restaurant and I see a woman with a bush hanging out of her armpits, it's fucking gross. I lose my appetite. I'm not going to say
about
anything.
men too. And
Yeah, I agree, but like it's
Bush is not pretty.
especially gross for me when I see an elegant woman with a bush hanging out. It's just nasty. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm
It's
sure,
not sexy.
I'm
It's
sure
never
that,
sexy.
like, first of all, okay, not everything is about being sexy. First
Fine,
of all,
fair
it's
enough.
about like living your fucking life.
Okay.
So I don't have to look sexy wherever the fuck I go just because some people might lose their appetite. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
You do you, but I'll still
Yeah,
judge.
exactly.
My point is, I'm going to judge, and most people will judge you for it in North America,
Yes,
at
but
least.
No, you can judge it in your head. We are talking about it, but you have to, at the end of this session, you have to say it or like go to your room and think about it.
I'm not in the wrong. This is my opinion, and I think I'm right. In my world, this is how it is. There are rules to
I
society.
don't know where
There's
you're living.
unwritten
I mean,
rules.
I'm already
Maybe
surprised.
if I had a bush right here, you wouldn't be comfortable.
I would fucking judge you. I'd be like, gross, Taraneh, shave that shit. How hard is it
No,
to go
you
like
shouldn't.
that? Like 2 seconds,
That's
there you
the
go.
thing.
Boop, boop,
Okay.
done. And listen, maybe in a parallel universe somewhere on Earth, in another universe, it's okay for women to have body hair. Maybe in another life it'll be okay, but in this life, it's not okay. It's not.
I think
No.
I think we shouldn't say it's not okay because it grows. It fucking
fine.
grows.
Fine,
Fine, but you
Well
don't
done.
have to wear a dress if you have bushes coming out of your legs.
Oh,
you know,
God.
Nobody needs to see that shit.
Nobody grows
I don't want
hair.
to see
Some
the
people
hair.
might.
Some
hey,
people do.
Some men might dig it. Some women, some chicks might
What
dig it.
man
So
digs that
not
shit?
everyone has the same
Recently,
taste as you.
I've lasered, but there's still some like 2-3 hair coming out of my
Out of my
on my leg. Okay, on my leg, and I don't shave. And I have a couple hair on my leg, and I don't want to shave it. and it is what it is.
I'm sure you can't even see that if there's 2 or 3 hairs. But I'm talking about women that step
No.
out of the house and
Yeah.
make a statement. Armpit hair, like, I am out in this world. I am fucking Sasquatch and I'm here to stay. Like, that's okay. Go, Shirin. What do you think?
Now, I come with peace. I want to tell you why.
Okay, look.
Now, seriously.
Okay.
I want to tell you why some feminists leave their armpit hair to grow and like make sure people see it. Or I tell you why. I mean, the other week on my social media, on my Instagram actually, I follow this page, feminine something. I don't remember, but. Suddenly, like as I was scrolling down, I saw a picture of a woman's waist down,
her
with
vaginal
a
area.
bikini on.
Okay.
Yes, with pubic hair getting out of the whole bikini, and I was like, okay, I don't like to see that, but
Okay, there you go.
خب نه وایسا. The thing
okay.
is that I don't like to see that even on men either.
Of course not.
That's another thing. That's
Yeah.
it's okay. But let me get to my point. My point was, these are actions to normalize something. These are things to tell other people that women come with hair. You should not see a woman as a plastic doll. And if you choose to live with a woman for the rest of your life, stop bullying them. Stop not understanding them when they don't feel like shaving their legs or shaving their
can't be
pubes
shaved
or
30,
shaving anything.
365 days a year. Sometimes you really don't get to shave.
Yeah, but if
Exactly.
you're going out to a restaurant, sweetheart, and you're wearing a sleeveless dress, I'm sure that little action is not too hard to do.
No, I don't like it.
But they don't want to do it.
These are society's unwritten rules. The same way, Shirin, you said it. You don't like to see pubic hair coming out of a bikini area on men and women. We've been trained to think like this. And maybe in 100 years it'll change, but right now, this is how it is.
But the thing is, if I see it, I will not tell them, as you told Taraneh, I will not say, go girl, go shave it, girl.
If
I
it's
will
my
like,
friend,
okay, that's the way.
If it's
No,
my friend,
no,
if
no.
I was
you
in the-
shouldn't say that to your friend either, because maybe they like it like that, maybe they will feel bad like that, because that happened to me.
I'm
I was
helping,
like you before.
No, I'm helping out my friend, because I know if we go to that party, other people will look at her and laugh at her. So I'm helping her out in that situation. So
Hey, your friend will, if your friend is like you, then tell her. If you know her, then tell her.
I have
But-
friends who aren't like me, and
Okay,
for
great.
example,
Then they don't want to have hair. Baby, this comes from my personal experience. I was like you before. I was like, I want to help my friend. And then my friend chose not to shave her leg anymore. And then she came to work and I saw it. And I was like, Felony, look at that, like, your hair. And then she was like, Shirin, stop it.
But
Don't
if
tell me. I'm fine like this. I hurt her feeling.
If I see that that's how she is all the time, then fine. But if I see that one anomaly, that one night where she has hair coming out,
Maybe
I'm
she
gonna
didn't
say,
get half the time to do that.
well, I'll say, sweetheart, we have 10 minutes. Here's a razor.
Okay, if you do that, I appreciate
all
that.
I'm a good
I
friend.
think
What
the
can I
amount,
say?
I think we should not talk about how much we should care about body hair or not. We should talk about why it's happened. Because through time things have changed, and this is changing as we are talking about it, as well as the whole history behind us. For instance, Hollywood. Take Hollywood as, for instance, my friend Sophia Loren, the most beautiful, iconic, hot woman in the Western world and in Hollywood, had armpit hair.
How? Where'd you see?
Yeah, Google it. And she's posing with her bikini with her armpit.
That's
with
true.
her hair.
I have seen that.
So things have changed. And then porn comes in, Playboy specifically. According to an article on Guardian I read, as Playboy came along, the change towards like the hair removal of the pubic area gradually changed to now nothing. Now, this is where the problem is that we are being brainwashed and trained by the commercial world, and we should have a choice. That's the problem. You don't give your friend a choice to live with a hairy leg because you've been told like that. I've been told to do so. And things are changing. That's the whole point I want to say. And the other thing I was going to say is that with Iranians, for instance, hair was sexy. With Qajar,
Qajar.
Dynasty.
Yeah, that's right. The Qajar dynasty. Have you seen pictures? Oof.
Yeah, exactly. So it was sexy. What happened suddenly? I'm saying why we do it is because of the world dictating it to us. Lastly, in Iran, it's not just about leg hair and pubic area. It's about everywhere. It's about arm hair as well.
Mustache.
And then I was in early high school. I went to Germany, lived there for 3-4 years. I spent my whole high school year in German society, and then I saw people are having like hair on their arm.
Women?
Yes. And then I was like, oh my god, what? And then my friend was like, it's sexy.
Which
So in
city?
Germany-
Which city in Germany?
Frankfurt.
No, I
didn't know
have
that.
seen it. I swear to
Maybe-
God, people don't shave their arms.
You mean in
Yes,
North America?
It's only us, like it's only us people in toward Middle East and stuff. And
Because we have
it's so
dark-ass
creepy right now.
hair.
Yeah.
It's so fucking creepy right now that like nobody see. Like I'm a very like I don't have much hair, okay, but
fair.
yes, I
Knock on wood.
once shaved it at work, and this guy came to my desk to tell me something, like a colleague. So creepy, and he went like Iranian, obviously. He was like, well done, now at a girl, you shaved your arm hair.
Fuck
That's
off.
not cool. That's not fucking
Let's
cool.
see your arm, you fucking hairy gorilla.
Taboos.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
okay, men, who said it's sexy on men so that they get to have this, fuck it.
A lot of hair?
Yeah, like, we like smooth skin too.
Yeah,
for
I'm not a
men.
fan of the bushy chest
no.
situation.
But we're Persian, you know? But we're Persian, and it's not only the Persian thing. I had a Filipino friend that she was suffering from the same problem. Apparently they're hairy too. But, okay, seriously, all the opinions aside.
Now serious.
Okay,
Now,
very
let's be serious.
Yes.
Especially with armpits and the vaginal area, it is hygiene to shave. It's
Hygienic, you mean?
that
Hygienic.
hygienic.
Hygienic. Yes, sure.
Hygienic.
Even for guys,
Hygiene.
like I'm gonna be brutal. If you have armpit hair, and you sweat, the smell of it stays and lasts way more than if you don't have hair, and it smells worse with the hair. I don't know what's with it. So
Thank you for that mental image. I'm so grateful. I'll sleep
Yeah.
peacefully tonight with that image.
it's my personal experience.
What kind of like baboons were you dating?
No, it's like my experience.
Oh,
my
got
God.
it. I see.
Kyan is
yeah.
the number one example of bullying people because of body hair.
Maybe because I've been bullied. so I know.
Her armpit's pretty white.
Pretty good.
Nice, yeah. I would
Laser.
lick that. But honestly,
God.
I think no judgment, but if you want to be clean and smell good and like be hygienic,
Hygienic.
hygienic,
Good job.
hygienic,
Good job.
Hygienic.
you should shave the private areas.
That's interesting because I did a questionnaire, a voting thing on my Instagram.
Poll?
7,000
Yeah, poll.
people. Poll, yeah. So 7,000 people answered, and I said, why, if you do shave your body hair, why do you shave it? Is it because A, for hygiene, or for appearance? And interestingly enough, as we can guess, probably you guys will say it, is because the 67% said for hygiene and 33% said for appearance. Now, let me enlighten you guys.
Oh, please do.
If you Google it,
Why do you
most
say
of the
Google like that? Is that a
cosmetic...
British accent? Google. Say Google.
Listen,
I have
love.
to send it.
Sorry.
Go on.
The fun fact is, if you Google it, most of the cosmetic brands will say the same thing. Yes, it's hygienic. You have to shave because it keeps you clean. But the real truth is that it's not hygienic.
This
Okay.
I know this. Go on.
According to the Guardian's expert, I mean, you do whatever you want with your pube and everything. It's your business.
Sure
but
will. Shave that.
no,
shit.
seriously. Pubic hair was put there to protect your genitalia from friction and infection. It is more hygienic not to shave it.
It's bullshit. That's for when hunters and getters didn't have clothes, so it would protect it. So like stuff just no.
That
I'm-
being said, you could still get lice in your pubic
Oh,
hair.
right.
So in either case, it could be
آخه
seen
این
as
حالا
hygiene.
basic hygiene is something else. Basic hygiene. You go to the bathroom, properly wipe your ass and your vagina and your cock and everything.
If some
But-
girls don't shave their pubic hair and they actually grow and it like curls up and there's a lot of hair there, and then when you go to the
God.
washroom,
It's not girls only,
paper
you know.
toilet gets stuck in there, and
Oh God.
And
Shave.
also, I have a question to everyone.
Yes, please.
If having hair is so not hygienic, why don't we shave our heads or groom our heads?
because
It doesn't look good.
our hair our hair is exposed, okay? There's air going on and you can wash it and it's not covered with something.
No, hair is the
and it doesn't sweat like your armpit.
No, I mean I do agree. For once in my life, I agree with Shirin. Shirin.
Shirin هستم.
It's true that removing any body hair isn't necessarily hygienic, But it sure as hell looks better when you do.
But
in
it keeps the
women's
smell of
case.
sweat.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a good point, because the same expert says with shaving any hair, any body hair,
Okay.
it's got nothing to do with hygiene, girls and boys. Shaving your arms is simply an aesthetic preference, much like growing a mustache or something.
Yes.
So just cut the crap. Hygiene.
I didn't
least-
say it.
at
I'm
least
agreeing
own
with
it.
you. For once, I'm fucking
Yeah, I'm
agreeing with you,
talking to
Shirin. You should
everyone.
thank your lucky stars. I'm agreeing with you. But all that aside, God bless the man or
Lucky
woman, whoever
stars.
it is, that invented laser hair removal. It has been God sent. Oh my God. The minute that I became like of legal age to do it, it wasn't me actually. My mother was like, "It's time, my girl." She lasered everything from neck down, and it's been so liberating.
Yeah.
I rarely have to shave, but my God, it has been such a blessing.
Biggest investment
Biggest
of my
investment.
life.
I cannot recommend it enough, and it's been such a lifesaver. Just
My
the
laser
time
lady is
saver.
really good. Contact me.
Yeah. So you mean? I mean, it's not. Okay, fine. You said it. It's for aesthetic reason. It does look better. I mean, and it's not that hard to do. Even if you didn't have access to laser, which these days, I mean, it's pretty accessible. You can find a pretty good prices these days. It's not that hard to do. Like, especially armpits. Like, look at this tiny area. Like, boop, done.
I have a
Done.
home
It's-
laser.
You look and feel better. You feel like a polished human being. You can go out in the world and take on any challenge because you are exquisite.
And hairless.
And hairless.
Okay, so I just wanted to like refresh my thoughts about body hair. So I posted a poll on my Instagram, and I posted a picture of this pretty girl going like showing her armpit, and it was a bush. there.
Gross.
She was pretty, but oh
That's
my
gross.
goodness, you should see the reaction of people. They are so black or white. It's either they're like throwing up their whole like everything that exists in their stomach, or it's either they're like, oh wow, sexy. Like there's nothing in between.
Sexy.
Yeah, some
people thought it was sexy. Okay.
Some people.
But Kyan, you've been living in a fucking cave
Who?
apparently.
Where, do they live in like a fucking Amazonian tribe to think it's
Some
sexy?
people-
Oh my
some
God.
some people
Go
find
travel the world a little bit.
I do.
Except for, like,
I'm one of the
beaches,
most
there are
well.
other
I've been to
places.
50 countries, bitch. I know what I'm talking
Have
about.
you?
Yeah, just the
Oh.
beaches.
No, I've gone into the fucking slums
Girls.
of Earth.
Wise people.
But I'm saying,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're in this society,
I can
if you're in North America, it's not okay. If I want to go live in the slums of, I don't know, some other country that it's okay, fine.
Okay,
That's okay,
slums
but
of
it's not okay. here.
Piccadilly Circus in the heart of
okay,
London.
I was talking. Okay, girls.
I've been to London. I haven't seen armpit hair hanging out at restaurants.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
because people don't walk like this.
Okay, that's probably why. If they didn't shave, then they keep their arms down like they should.
God.
Go
okay.
on, Taraneh.
Stop it. So I posted a poll, and when people are on Instagram, it's their instant reaction, right? And I was like, "What do you think about women hair, body hair on women?" And they would just give me their instant reaction, and it's just like Persians have no control over it. They see it, they are disgusted. They see hair, they're disgusted, and they're like, "Oh, don't do that. Why would you do that?" And they're like, "Oh, Taraneh, if you're like this, let us know. We're gonna unfollow you."
I mean, I'd probably unfollow you if you're out there all day, every day.
And okay, let me give you the statistics.
Okay, do.
72% said that body hair on women is not okay. Okay, so 72%. But then there were these are the black people, and I mean like black and white.
people.
No, black and white.
Holy shit! What are you talking?
I mean like black and white,
Okay,
day
okay.
or night.
Okay,
like
got
that.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
you saved
So,
yourself.
especially because most of my followers are men. Men don't like it on girls at all, and they are like very, very disgusted. I want to share my experience with you,
Please
okay?
do.
So I have dated Persian guys and non-Persian guys, and okay, really, Persian. Okay, look at this is my arm out. Okay, and we're on a date.
Okay.
The non-Persian guys, I swear to you, don't give a shit. Don't even look
Of
at my
course
arm.
they don't.
But the
It's
Persian
not a
guys,
thing.
okay, the Persian guys actually look, and when they find a couple hair, their facial expression totally changes, and he looks the other way. And
wait, a couple hair or like we're talking a bush?
Okay, so when
out?
I lasered,
Yeah.
I had
in
like
between sessions,
thin
or-
hair. I had thinner hair
Yeah.
in my upper what do you call it?
upper arm.
Upper arm. So she said these hair are too little. Don't laser it, because if you laser, it's gonna be more.
Yeah.
So to all the people, I have hair here, okay? And it's a little bit, okay, like you can't see it. If you go very close, you see like, because
Yeah.
they have no
Same
color.
thing.
They're blonde.
Oh
It's
my
poor.
God.
But
Yeah.
the Persian guys actually like look at it, and then their facial expression changes, and they're like,
Wait, you have repulsed a Persian guy at least once in your life?
no, obviously it's not a deal breaker, okay?
Okay, but they still
But-
judge you for it.
But they wouldn't. If they say something, I'll no. Obviously, they're not gonna let go.
They would never say anything to
They're
you.
not
Are
gonna
you
go let go
kidding
of
me?
all this just because some
Couple
hair they
little peach fuzz.
but I can see that they really just don't like it, and they actually look to see if you have hair.
Hold on, let me see your arms.
If you don't
All
look
right, you're good.
closely, you can't see it.
Yeah.
But it is. I've experienced that with Persian guys.
Interesting.
They would like, they're showing you love, and they go like this.
Yes.
Really? That's extreme. I mean, a little bit of peach fuzz is okay.
Yeah, that's
like
what
I'm. My issue is when you're having a bush coming out of your skin, then that's
Yeah.
Keep saying bush.
because it's not appetizing. I'm sorry to tell you.
Papa, it's not for you to eat it. Okay?
No, but,
it's for
this-
them to live.
What do you
Fine.
think? What do you think about hair? Body hair. You go.
Let me tell you something.
Please,
Now,
please.
that what you just said. First of
Yes.
all, to my experience as a Persian woman, it is true because this is the problem with our culture and
They
with
look.
our society, Persian society. Because if you have like one fucking single, you were talking about two hair on your shoulder for like 10 minutes now. So see how big of an issue it is, right? So.
Wish I could show you.
That proves my point.
You can take off your
some
top.
of our beautiful male listeners don't like me, but I don't stop saying that. That's why I don't date Persian men. The other thing is that for your information, guys, those who hate like pubic hair and stuff, can I tell you there are benefits to having pubic hair
Enlighten
on your
me.
body. It leads to better sex and better orgasm.
I
Now,
don't
let
believe
me
that. Where did you
elaborate.
read that? The fucking
course.
onion.com? Okay, please
No,
tell
that's
me.
actually
Where
a
did you read
scientific-
this?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's a study done in 2007 by the Journal of the Royal Society of Medicine that claimed
Claim.
like the
Claim
not
is
shaming.
in bold.
Did they leave people having sex with or without hair? See who came.
Yeah, how is this study performed? I want to know now.
Well, if you are a little bit into science and watch some
I
documentaries,
certainly
and
am,
shit, you will
Shirin.
know.
Okay.
I can tell.
Okay, to give me the details. They found that people,
Yes, let me
women
explain.
and men,
So
both. Okay,
They
go.
claimed that one of body hair's major functions was to release pheromones. According to this study, it seems as though they act as a way to attract potential mates. Now that you have found a partner thanks to all of these pheromones that have been like released into your body,
You can have
take
pheromones without hair, but
advantage
go on.
of the other benefit of body hair. It's better orgasms. There are tiny nerves like ending at the base of each pubic hair. They are called follicle.
Follicle.
Right?
Yes. And that helps with
Which
your
means-
orgasm?
Yes, it means that it can create a sensation for you when it's touched or during friction of the sex. Health.com. Go and check it.
Okay, so
and
you,
will see.
okay, so let me paint the picture so I understand. I can understand correctly.
And I
so
have
if
experienced that.
You know, I don't have hair down there, first of all. But if I was to
Thanks.
grow it out, if I was to grow it out and have sex, hypothetical, very hypothetical. Mom, you're listening. I don't have sex. Yeah. So if I have pubic hair and I have sex, I will get more aroused because my hair's maybe
a little bit.
You know what, Shirin? I will probably test this out because I want to prove you wrong. I don't
Didn't
believe
you say
it.
you lasered?
I did
don't
laser,
need
but
you
once
to
in a
prove
while,
me.
you know what I'm talking about. Once in a while, a little bit, sneaks up behind you.
Kyan,
Yes.
I don't need you to prove it to me because I have experienced it.
Oh, you
firsthand,
have,
and it is
and you're
true.
telling me. So you've tried unshaven and shaven, and you can compare.
Yeah,
and
what
tell
you
me.
think I'm like you all the time, like not having hair on my pubic area?
So
I have
you're
pubic
telling
hair.
me percentage-wise, how much more arousing was it to have hair down there and have sex and orgasms?
I can tell
comparing,
you, like,
comparing, how much better was it?
My preference is to have, is to not to be like a fucking kid without hair. So because it helps me get an orgasm.
Really?
It does. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, now I kind of want to try it just so I can see. I'm really curious, but I don't know. I
Debbie,
still
if you
don't
haven't-
buy it. I
if
still
you
don't.
don't know
Buy
what
you never know
orgasm
with these
feels
studies.
like.
They always try to prove their own point. They disregard every other. Who knows who they tested first of all? Anyway. Well, besides, the point.
I'm too young for this. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
Yeah.
But
Well,
you let me know later.
Okay, guys. I mean, we said we would talk about our own experiences with the beginning of the show. Let me get into mine.
Okay.
Listen, Iranians, we have this unfortunate, whatever you want to call it, Shirin, but in my eyes, it's unfortunate. We have the genetic gene of hairiness. Women, especially, not especially, but women specifically have this. And I grew up in a predominantly white area, so a lot of blonde girls. And of course I stood out because, I was at a young age when it was still, I wasn't allowed to shave or anything, so my hair showed, and it was really difficult. It's hard. It's hard when I'm around a lot of white girls. And of course, at a young age, you compare yourself to other girls, and it's like, shit, like, why? I actually cursed my Iranian genes. I'm like, why do I have this? And to be honest, it wasn't even that bad. Like, you could say that I'm a little boor compared to boor, meaning like blonde, like blonde haired.
Are you trying to say it in Farsi? Boar?
Boor.
Oh.
Boor.
Boar?
Yeah, boor. I'm boor, okay. No, but in this other example, there was this Syrian girl, so she's from an Arabic country.
Yeah.
I didn't have it as bad as her, for example. She went to the same school as me. Her name was Rebecca. And she was quite hairy, bichare. Instead of calling her Rebecca, they called her Rubaka for Chewbacca in Star Wars. Rubaka. That was her name. So she got bullied, and I can't imagine how difficult that was for her. I didn't have it that bad, but kids are mean. Kids are especially mean with girls having body hair, and that's just the reality of it. That's the part that kind of like, because and that's why as soon as I was 16, 18, whatever the age was, I was like, laser all this shit off of my body. I don't ever want to hear.
It's all because of the image that women don't have hair, men have hair. But the truth is we both have hair.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to the Iranian genes. I mean, who are we kidding? We got hair. Hair.
Well,
So
I mean, this is the beauty of where I am living. Like, I think, I don't know. As I said, I haven't been to Canada, but here, it's such a diverse society. You see diversity.
here,
You
too.
see every shape and form and likes and dislikes. That's why, like, I don't think that there are a lot of hairy kids from the East and other like races other than like white people that are now going to schools here. And I mean, my niece and nephew, they are Iranian, and they go to a British school, and they never like talked or mentioned anything about that. And I asked my Eastern background male friends who grew up in the UK, and I said, have you ever like heard anything about, I don't know, girls having mustache on or bullying people for this and that? And they were like, no, not really, because even if it is, they have like, they've seen it, it exists. As long as we know it exists. And this is where my personal experience happens, is that I went to Germany. In Germany, nobody really made fun of my arm hair, for instance, or anything. And then I came Iran. Went back to Iran. And then I'm in university now, and this is where my bullying starts. Is male friends and colleagues, I have two people in my head I can remember them saying like, oh, you haven't shaved your arm hair, like you forgot. The same as like what you said, like they think I forgot, but I didn't. I wanted to be sexy because this is how I learned it in Germany. and I'm not a hairy person, like I'm brown first of all. So it's, yes, you are right, it is the truth that it can be a bliss not to be a hairy person in our generation, but the new generation should not go under such pressure. And I'm saying that we have to remember, don't tell women how they should be hairless, because some women want to be hairy, and that's fine, and there will be people who like it.
And honestly, I just think that, okay, like if there's an event and you have to shave, it's okay, but you really shouldn't shame and judge people, because I wake up at 6 a.m. and I get home at 9 and I need 8-9 hours of sleep. Sometimes I really don't get to shave, and I grow a mustache. And
You do?
Bah.
You have
I
a
have
mustache?
a mustache right now.
My
You can't
goodness.
See it. And
okay, she does not have a
no,
mustache.
and then like I don't get to do my eyebrows, and it's not like I sometimes it's not that big of a deal.
It's fine. It's fucking fine.
Yeah.
But it's not visible in your case. If it was fucking, if you had whiskers,
I agree with you.
If you had whiskers coming out of your, like,
I'm
over
saying
your
this.
mouth,
I'm
you
saying this
wouldn't-
because I was never a hairy person, but I had cousins that they were like, oh my god, like they would grow hair from like their forehead up until here, like big hair, long black hair, and of course they were suffering from it.
Yeah, I just think we can't help ourselves in some.
We should ask our audience.
Yeah.
We should ask our audience. I think it's not fair to say bichara ha in this and that, because some people might not feel bad about their body hair, and we are making them feel bad.
No,
so let's see, like, what do you think about body hair? Tell us your experiences, your opinion.
Is it
we
ever
would
okay
love
for
to-
women to have body hair specifically?
Yeah.
To tell us that.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
And if you are
especially.
Persian living in Western world, tell us about your
How it
experiences
is
with
over there.
Westerners as a
Yeah.
Persian. Yeah.
Okay.
Please tell us.
It's time for
Comments. Can I read
questions
mine?
from
Can I
the
read
public.
mine? Okay. Okay. So I was I was reposting our last episode about who pays for dinner, and this girl replied to my story. Her name is Saba. And as I was reading what she said, I was like, oh, girl, no. Let me. You know what she said? She was like,
What?
She was like, I agree with you, Taraneh.
What?
Listen to this.
Okay.
Mostly men should pay because they already. Okay, when I'm done, nobody says anything. Okay, I say. Mostly men should pay because they already use our bodies for free. Girl. What? They use. Okay, if you think some man's using your body, you're doing it wrong. If you're doing anything with someone, it has to be both ways. You should use too, okay? Don't let what are you selling your body? We're not selling our bodies for dinner. If we're doing, what do you mean using our bodies? If someone's enjoying your body, you should be enjoying it too. If you're not enjoying it, it's wrong, honey, and it's not worth the dinner. I'm not gonna say this, but if you're trying to sell it more expensive. A dinner, no. Don't say that.
Yes.
I just want to say that if you actually think that men are using our body and we're not getting anything out of this, it's wrong. You are in a wrong contract and interaction. It has to be both ways.
You've been told wrong.
Yeah, if men enjoy our body, we should be enjoying their body as well. Like
It's not an exchange. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that's called prostitution. If
Yeah,
you're
and-
giving your body and expecting dinner in return, that's
the
a
sad
you
thing.
shouldn't
maybe-
you shouldn't think, okay, look, he's having sex with me, so he's enjoying it. No, you should be enjoying it too. If you're not enjoying it, I'll pay for your dinner.
What was her
Don't
name?
do that.
What is her name? Saba, did you
Yes,
say?
Saba.
Saba, you might be surprised to know that women usually can enjoy the sex more than men. So,
Try enjoy,
call me,
girl.
I'll tell you.
it rarely happens, but yes, it's true.
It's me, my turn.
Go. Okay, I'll save the
La,
last,
la, la.
the best for last.
Yes.
Go.
So this guy is called SMASWQA. Very nice name. He's
What
commented
do
for
they
the-
call him at home?
SMAWK. Okay. Who should pay for dinner? He says, Shirin John, you said men have dictated how women should dress and speak throughout history, which is completely false. This kind of thinking is coming from feminist propaganda that has been brainwashing you for a long time. Women's role in society has been established based on their own preferences and not the preferences of random men. Although close relatives like your father and husband influence your decisions, it goes both ways. A man's mother and wife and sister influence his actions and attitudes. So please stop this hatred towards men with false claims of men controlling women. There's nothing appropriate about this.
Oh my god, he's mad.
Because he's a female and knows our world. Exactly.
Now, the thing is that
Shirin, did you know that our roles have already been determined and we can't do anything about it?
No, the thing is that feminist propaganda. What is this, my friend? Feminist propaganda. Women's role in society has been established based on their own preferences. You think all women want to wash clothes and wipe baby's ass and wipe the floor and wash the dishes and do nothing?
They prefer to
Do you
do
think
that.
that women's preference
love
is
it.
not to go to work and work as a boss in an office or a company? Do you think that women's preference is only to go and blow dry her hair? No, women like men have different preferences. There is a variety, there is a spectrum of women. So we should not just put people in one box and say like, this is your preference. So this is what feminist is like, that is all about that. And men know, like, I'm not talking about all men, I'm talking about patriarchy ideology. It's about pushing down women so they can always have control. There's always one group against the other. And as the human sex appears, there are women and men. Now, today in this world, there are non-binary people as well. But back in the time, it was men and women. So one had to overcome the other, apparently, because they couldn't live in peace with each other. So, thanks for your comment, but it was completely false.
Yeah, I feel like he just said something. With no proof. No proof.
I don't know
Like
who.
it- like
I
it-
don't know. Somebody heard him in his life, and it must have been a feminist. He's like, "Fuck those feminist bitches." Okay, guys.
Yeah. You know what? In France, Joey says something very nice. It's like a cow's opinion. Just move. I'm sorry. I didn't want to offend you, but
Who,
like
me?
that was.
I'm not a cow. You didn't
No.
offend.
Oh,
the guy.
no. I'm talking
I always
to
take it personally. It's like,
SMASWQA.
I'm not a cow. Okay.
You're so sweet.
Club. I said
You're phenomenal.
All right. I said we would save the best for last,
Okay.
and you know.
Yeah.
The best. Club. Episode 6, which was Who Should Pay for Dinner. Helia Nosrati wrote to us saying, you know what I think? If somebody has asked you out, he is the host, so he should pay. But it's moral to at least say something like, let's split the bill. But if your dating is going on and on, I think you should invite him sometimes and pay. You know, girls should show their independence. They should show that they don't need someone to pay for them. We don't need boys to support us financially, actually. Amen, sister. But I did say this. If a guy,
I got goosebumps.
like, listen, like, if a guy is asking you out, which in most cases a guy should ask you out. In what world does a woman go up to a guy like, want to go out?
Oh my
on a
god!
date?
I did
It
that
never
once.
works out. Did it work out?
I did that once.
Did it work out?
Because I did it once, and he was the hottest guy I've seen in my
Oh.
life. I asked for his Instagram. He gave me a fake Instagram.
Oh God! I'm so embarrassed for you. You never asked
did
out a
that.
guy. It
I
never
asked a
works
guy.
out.
I went up to
asked
his
out
window.
a
I'm like,
guy
"Hey,
once
you're
as
so
well.
hot. Do you have a girlfriend?" And then he's like,
See?
"No." And then
They
he
don't
gave-
think it's attractive. It's not attractive. So yeah,
I
so
was
point
high.
being, if a guy asks you out, which he always should be, he should pick up the bill.
Yeah.
But if the dating is going on and on, of course, by date number 3 or 4, you pick up the bill because you're interested too, and you don't need him to pay for dinner all the time. Okay, that's it. We're done
Okay.
here.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
everyone,
much.
for
Let me
being
goodbye
with
her.
us,
Let me goodbye.
listening to us. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and all
Guys,
platforms where
pedophiles.
you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Leave
Apple,
us a comment.
Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you name it, we're there.
Exactly. And love
Follow me.
you. And
you.
this is Shirin, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you so much for listening or watching. We love you.
Yeah, I love you guys too. Goodbye.
Bye.